This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of May 29th, 2017. I'm actually recording this podcast a couple of days early because, to be very honest with you, I do want to take a Memorial Day weekend. I've been working with some of my new studio equipment to try to make sure that some of the audio problems from last week are taken care of. I don't know who else noticed it, but I know that there was one listener who did. It's a mystery who this man's name really is, but I do appreciate him letting me know that he wasn't completely satisfied. And I know that he will let me know again if he is. The subject for this week is a little bit off topic because it is Memorial Day. And every time I look around and it's Memorial Day or Veterans Day or something like that, I have to take a moment and realize that we are in this country incredibly lucky with the just sheer amount of stuff that we have. We have managed to turn our country into such a rich paradise for so many people that we argue about some of the costs of things when we don't even really think about some of the other things that we have that would be virtually priceless even 30 years ago. The communications technology, the entertainment technology. And yes, I don't want to turn this into a political podcast because there's a big discussion in this country right now about who should be paying for certain things in different individuals' lives. And I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to talk about is just looking around. Take this time. I hope that you are off a little bit during Memorial Day. I hope that you have got some time to sit back and think and just look around and think about just what your life was like even 10 years ago from an entertainment point of view, from a technology point of view. You might not have had a DVR. You probably didn't have a smartphone. You may have still been on dial-up internet. I know a lot of people were at that time. And if you had what was called high-speed internet in 2007, it probably was 3 megabit or slower. Today we are so flush with incredible technologies that it becomes practically impossible to imagine what the next big breakthrough will be. We look at new phones that are practically nothing but glass on the front and we think, oh, how amazing. Our televisions get bigger and bigger. The resolution of them improves. The quality of our streaming improves to the extent that we can literally stream millions of different programs on demand anytime we want, from any room we want, from any location we want. And when you realize that none of this was possible a year ago, it's just flat out amazing. One of the things that I think about when I sit in my studio filled with huge monitors and enough computing power to probably control most of the Western Hemisphere had it been used in 1980 is just how amazing it is that this stuff is and what a responsibility it is, in a sense. A real responsibility for us as individuals, as consumer electronics enthusiasts, to use these things in a way which is consistent with just goodness and honesty and moving the world forward. There's nothing wrong with laying back and getting a little bit of entertainment out of this stuff. After all, that's what it's designed for. But when you think of that powerful computer on your desk, when you think about that giant television, are you using it to learn more about the world around you? Or are you just, tuning into cartoons or whatever it is that lights you up? I don't think that we do enough in this country to honor the people who have sacrificed everything so that we can lay back and watch cartoons if we want to. And one of the ways that we can honor them this Memorial Week is actually to take some time and use these tools for good. Use these tools to research something that you've never researched before, to find out a point of view you've never found out before, to learn to enjoy a new hobby you've never thought of before, to expand in any way possible your horizons so that it actually helps you understand the world that we live in. One of the ironies of all of our modern technology and entertainment is it's possible to seem less connected and less informed than we ever were by the sheer amount of information and connection that we have. When you think about that, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but yet there's just so much out there, it's hard to know where to look. It's hard to know who your friends are. It's hard to know what information is honest and true. Take some time this Memorial Week to think about that. And in the meantime, let me know if this week's podcast sounds any better. Thanks.